How's it going, guys? This is Soul Singed here, and welcome to my predictions for episode 6, 7, whatever episode we are on. I will double check before I upload the video. But regardless, let's get right into it. First match of the night, we have Jackpot versus Rotator. Both of these are 0-1. So both of them will be trying their hardest to win to avoid going 0-2. Both very good teams, though I will say, to me personally, Rotator had a better performance in its opening match than Jackpot. So I'm going to have to go with Rotator. Which, to be fair, Rotator was going up against a Hydra that was performing at 100%, and Jackpot was going up against Scorpio. So, you know. Next up, we got Switchback versus Death Roll. Switchback won its opening fight and definitely looked better than it did in its rookie season, but it still looks like it's having some problems. And Death Roll, they just simply got overwhelmed by Cobalt. But I'm gonna have to go Death Roll. I'd imagine that opening fight helped them get their feelings back. You know, they got back in the groove, kind of woke up, I guess. So I'm sure we'll see them perform better, and I just don't think Switchback. I feel like Death Roll still outclasses Switchback, because let's keep in mind it's still a new design, completely new robot compared to last year. So yeah. Next up, we got Big Deal versus Scorpios. Big Deal did not look that impressive in its first match. Scorpios looked very good. No-brainer. Scorpios. Next, we got Ripperoni versus In-Game. Whipperoni was super fun to watch. Surprisingly durable because they were actively committing self-destruction and went the full 3 minutes. In-Game has looked very good so far, so yeah, giving it to In-Game. Next is Valkyrie versus Banshee. Now, this can be interesting. Now, usually I would be like, oh, no-brainer, Valkyrie, 100%, because Banshee did not look so great in its debut fight. However, Valkyrie, their new driver, Lucy Dew, I think is her name. Is it Lucy? Not positive. But their new driver seems to be inexperienced. Because if you could just see the way Valkyrie drove in its opening match against Mammoth, it just didn't seem like the same Valkyrie we've come to know. Banshee also had some struggles, though I'd imagine with the same inexperienced driving, Banshee shouldn't have much problem being able to get underneath them. The only thing is we've yet to see what kind of power Banshee has, so I'm still going to go Valkyrie on this one. Next is Hijinks versus Captain Shredderator. This is a flip a coin. Either we're going to get the Captain Shredderator that barely functions, which of course Hijinks would easily win that match, or we get giant nut contender Captain Shredderator. No in between. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Hijinks because they look pretty good their opening match. And then for the main event, we have Tantrum versus Hydra. End of discussion. Yeah, I know this is a rematch, and I'm sure they're going to put a lot of hype around it because that was another somewhat controversial judge's decision last year. But I'm just going to go Tantrum. They started off 0-1. I would really hate to see them go 0-2. I do like Tantrum. But, you know, it's one of those fights where it's hard to predict. You know, Hydra could easily win, and Tantrum could win. So, you know, it's flip a coin at this point. You know what I mean? Depending on what happens. But Tantrum's a brick, so they can take any kind of punishment. I feel like one of two things is going to happen. Either Tantrum is going to knock out Hydra, Or it's going to go 3 minutes and then coin toss on who outperformed who. But yeah, I'm siding with Tantrum on that one, and that pretty much wraps up my predictions. And I will see you guys in my episode review. Peace.